Las Vegas, Nevada. More people travel to this 4-mile strip each year than visit the United Kingdom, who spend on average $40 million every night. I've come to meet VIP host to the High Rollers, Steve Sear.
I tell my customers, don't go to divorce court without a good attorney. If you're a big player, you need somebody like Steve Sear to represent you and get you the best deal.
So ultimately, you're a broker or an agent for High Rollers?
I'd like to say I'm the chief harpoonist.
You are you?
Yeah, so you have minnows, you know, you have people that bring $1,000 to Las Vegas and they want to have fun. And then you have, you know, fish that bring 5,000 or 10,000. And then you have sharks that bring 25,000 to 50,000. And then you have the whales that I try to deal with that bring 100,000 to $1 million every weekend. My biggest player, his average, every roll of the dice, 180,000. 180,000 every roll of the dice. It's a beautiful
And how many
thing.
times did he roll that dice?
Oh, last trip he played about 7 hours. I was even freaking out. You get a little jaded, but it was exciting. He was up $3 million. He got greedy, tried to win $4 million, and he lost it all. So, you know, shit happens.
We're on our way to meet a street gang. Now, in the bowl that is Las Vegas, it's estimated that there are some 600 gangs with around 20,000 members. We know these guys sell drugs, we know they're heavily armed, and also one of their associates was killed in a drug and gang-related killing only a matter of days ago.
It's just a lot going on out here in these streets, you know? People think that it's all nice and gravy down on that side where those lights at.
But it is.
Once you come behind those lights,
it is.
It's
the
not.
side of Vegas that they just might miss.
It's not what they think it is.
You tell me just how violent this neighborhood is?
Past 4 days, they found 3 people dead. 2 of them shot up in the head multiple times. In the same damn apartments. The same spot where I kick it at.
So you guys are permanently looking over your shoulders, yeah? You got a good chance that you get killed or you get beaten
They
severely.
gonna find you not breathing. It's just
whatever.
the side of town that you grew up on, man.
It's just a postcode, yeah?
It's just where you at, the area code.
Zip code, yeah?
That's it.
And if you're looking over your shoulder all the time, what kind of life is that, boys? Is that not a life that you want to live?
It's not a life that you want to live, but it chooses you. You give your product to your environment. My mom raised all 5 of us the right way.
Yeah.
But my daddy went to prison, so the streets became my daddy. So it's like when my mama don't see me, I be sneaky. But the sneaky shit that I was doing turned into, now I got problems and
Big
now
serious stuff.
Here it is.
So you've actually spent time in prison?
Yeah.
How long did you serve?
3 years and 3 months.
And what did you do to get that sentence?
I got an attempted murder case. What started as a simple, I wanted a chain, turned into something
So
else.
you were going to places, taking chains off people,
Yeah, taking chains off people, taking
Cell
wallets,
phones.
cell phones, all.
Whatever to get us a
But then
quick
it went
buck.
from,
Right, so you taking chains off these guys, and these guys have gone and got guns to come after you, yeah?
yeah, they drew a gun when they did, then I got down.
So you shot someone?
Yeah, I got down.
He did what he had to do. He carried a weapon on him at all times.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I see. So, you know, that's a 40 caliber weapon.
Yeah.
And that could go automatic?
Fully automatic.
So virtually it becomes a hand machine gun.
Ding, ding, ding. No matter what you getting shot at with, when that gun get to going off, it's over with.
We know that many girls that end up in the sex industry come from broken homes or have had problems in the past. But what I find interesting about the situation that exists here is that a lot of these girls are being groomed at high school or even younger than that. Not only are they young, but surprisingly, girls are being targeted from families that once thought themselves safe from such predators. Andrea Swanson's daughter was groomed by a pimp from the age of 16. There you are, you're a nurse, your husband's in the 82nd Airborne, then he's in the FBI. Her 2 brothers are both serving their country. You've got another daughter. You are the all-American family. And this is an all-American nightmare, isn't it?
It is. If it could get into our family, it could get into anyone's. Hannah is the youngest.
So she's the baby?
She's the baby. She had some self-esteem issues, always angry.
Yeah, but then again, most teenagers go through that kind
Exactly.
What were the first things that you noticed about Hannah and the fact that she was changing?
The fall of her junior year in high school, she meets this boy. And all of a sudden, she's not angry anymore. We just saw her open up, and we were just delighted. And it all seemed to be because of this new boyfriend.
So then what happened?
All of a sudden, he ends up in prison for stealing cars. And that is where the grooming was happening. While he was in prison, he was grooming her from prison, writing her letters, filling her head with promises, you know, writing me letters, telling me that he cared for my daughter.
So, even after he spent time in prison, your husband's a ranker in the FBI, you still let him back into your house?
Yes, we did. We spoke to his parole officer. You know, I felt a little bit in control of the situation and felt good about it. And that lasted for about 2 or 3 weeks. They followed the rules. They started coming in a little later, didn't know where she was. About 2 or 3 weeks later, Hannah was gone. And she was now 18 years old. Legally, I couldn't make her come home.
Well, when were you first aware that she might be involved in sex trafficking?
About 2 or 3 days before she graduated high school. I came home from work and Hannah happened to be there. And I said, I'm worried about you, Hannah. And she flipped out. She said, okay, you proposition him, you take his ass up to the room and tell him to clean up, and you steal him. You steal him blind. You take everything he's got and you run, his wallet, his watch, whatever. I did it, Mom. Get the hell out of here.
And what was her father's reaction to this news?
He said, we need to call Vice because that's too close to prostitution.
The illegal sex industry in Nevada is worth billions of dollars a year.
Las Vegas has always been synonymous with sex. And a lot of people come here from around the world wanting to pay for sex. In fact, the demand is on the increase. I'm about to meet a vice cop, Chris Boffman, who's been putting pimps away on the Strip for years.
Chris heads up the human trafficking task force in Las Vegas.
I mean, Chris, everywhere you look, sex is for sale. Look right in front of me now, but everywhere. How can they do that in a place where prostitution is supposedly illegal?
Because the catch is that they're not selling prostitution, right? It is legal to run an escort company.
They're not advertising somebody to go and have dinner with, are they?
No, they're not. To tell you the truth, some of these escort companies are run by pimps. I always tell people, you know, well, what do you think is the worst criminal? And some people will say it's the rapist, right? Some people will say it's the pedophile. Some people will say it's the murderer. Some people will say it's the extortionist, the kidnapper. But in order to do this job, in order to be a pimp and to be successful at it, you have to do all of those things every day.
The time that you've been working in Vice, do you have any idea how many pimps you put away?
Personally, probably close to somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 or so, which is a lot when you consider the types of investigations they are. It's not just you see a guy hanging out on the street with a girl and you pick him up and throw him in jail. We're talking about convictions where guys have, you know, Lamborghinis, Porsches, ridiculous amounts of money, huge homes.
So how much money can a successful pimp make here on the Strip?
A guy that has, let's say, 3 girls, about $1 million a year. That's why this culture is booming, and that's why these individuals are so violent and so possessive of the women that they're trafficking, is because they have so much to gain and so much to lose if the girls should come to the police or try to run away.
Just how violent do these pimps get with these girls?
I mean, I've seen everything from, you know, women sexually assaulted, group raped, burned with irons, tattoos burned off them with irons.
Tattoos burnt off them with irons?
Sure. Brutal. I've seen waterboarding, obviously.
Sorry, Chris, you say waterboarding?
Yeah, waterboarding. Guys have actually held down women. Would actually use the shower spigot, with the rope that kind of comes down. Sometimes choke them with that, and then drown them out. So the violence that we see here is unreal.